What is up, YouTube? That's it here, and today I'm doing some Patreon VGC Regulation G team fixing. We're going to be taking a look at a team submitted by Derek. This is its Pokepaste right here. It's going to be using Clear Amulet Miraidon and on sort of like a sun-based team with a couple good Photosynthesis mons in Fluttermane and Raging Bolt. If this is your first look at Reg G, what we're going to be doing here is taking teams from this Patreon submission post. There's a link to it in the description of this video. Even the lowest tier gets access to this full post as well as a bunch of my rentals and a bunch of my Patreon content. So this it all interests you and you want to get better at competitive Pokemon and specifically Regulation G. It's going to be starting early in January. Think about checking out my Patreon, and if you have any questions, think about let me know in the comments. But scrolling to the bottom of this post, we're going to start from the very first submitted team here. We're going to be starting off with Derek's team right here. It says, hey, appreciate you opening up team fixing for Reg G. My main team has always been centered around Miraidon. I know it's not the same tier as Miraidon or the other riders, or the like Shadow Rider, Ice Rider, but I just really like it as a Pokemon, and I feel like I was able to build a fairly synergistic team that found good success. I really think they knocked this out of the park almost on the first try. Like I said, you have the Miraidon, it's going to set the sun with its Orichalcum Pulse, right? And it's going to be enabling things like the Flutter, enabling things like the Raging Bolt. It's also going to have a little bit of synergy with Bulk, cutting that weakness to water, enabling things like Heat Wave. You're doing a lot of things right. It also even has some synergy with Umbreon with the Moonlight, being able to restore more health in the sun. So I think you're so far doing a lot of things right. That said, I know there are ways this team can be improved. So far, I've only really played the team on the in-game ranked ladder, but I would definitely like to see what it can do to make it better for both closed team sheet best of 1 as well as open team sheet best of 3. So that's going to be hard to make a team that's good in both. We're going to see what we can do. I'm considering going to Milwaukee Regional and want to get an OTS, better at OTS best of 3 play. Granted, I know we'll be likely in a different reg by then, so this team may not be viable at that regional. In any case, I figured I'd post it here to see how it can be improved for closed team sheet and open sheet. So what I'm going to be doing is like talking a little bit about like my thoughts on how we can kind of work around both. I think the changes that I'm going to make to this team will actually really help it in both formats. One really cool thing about Reg G is that the amount of things that you're hiding people on ladder aren't going to be nearly as important as they are in like Reg H. Because in Reg H, like a random Choice Scarf mon completely changes it. But in Reg G, you kind of have to have the, very standard items. Like any bolt that you see is always going to be vested. Like a Life Orb bolt wouldn't really change anything. Or same with Flutter. Like it's going to be Spexter Sash. It doesn't really change it. There's no real cheese involved. So a lot of the changes we're going to make, while they will help you in a closed team sheet situation, they're also going to be really, really good in an open sheet situation. So, obviously, first and foremost is keeping the sun up. I utilize Miraidon and Whimsicott to make that happen. Raging Bolt and Fluttermane have natural staples that thrive alongside Miraidon, and Bolt can help in a Kyogre matchup. See, they're killing it. They're already killing it. I love how in detail this is in this write-up. I love reading all these write-ups, and if you guys want to check out all these teams, again, think about checking out the Patreon. There's a bunch of cool stuff going up there, especially for Reg G. I think this is going to be a really fun format. Your two little utility lads are a defensive Volcarona and a thick Umbreon. Volcarona with Rage Powder, Flame Body, and Rocky Helmet can really punish Urshifu's going for Surging Strikes in the sun. Umbreon offers further support with Snarl and can do big damage to Shadow or Ice Rider with Foul Play if they don't Terra. Previously, I was running Yawn over Taunt, but I think Taunt might be more useful. Curious to hear your thoughts. I will explain those when we get to it, but Umbreon is a really good mon on this team. Overall, I really like my team, but I'm certainly open to whatever advice you have to offer. I wasn't sure if Covert Cloak, Whims, and Focus Sash Flood would be better. I think it's better. You see, you don't even need me, bro. You don't even need me. You already know that it's better. But I'll tell you why when we get to the team building sections. And Volcarona and Umbreon, are they the right pieces for the roles? Feel free to swap out whatever Pokemon you see fit. Appreciate all you do for the community, and here's their paste. Now, before we get into the actual fixing and plays and everything in this video, I want you guys to let me know if you actually really even like this series. I get really mixed reviews uploading these sort of videos to YouTube. Because on one hand, there are a lot of people that want to learn how to team build, especially for these brand new formats. And videos like this, I think, are the only real one on YouTube where we use a team that has flaws, explain the flaws, fix the flaws, explain why we fixed them, and then show the fixed version. I don't think anyone else is really doing that on YouTube. So I think as far as educational content goes, this is doing things right. On the other hand, this is not nearly as like fun or fast-paced as the battle, so I think we're losing a lot of the people that just like to play the game casually when we make content like this. So please let me know if you like this or dislike it, why or why not. And everyone can leave this comment. Let me know one thing that we could do to make these videos just a little bit better. Is it getting into the fixing faster? Is it like less talking or reviewing the teams? Let me know one thing you think we could do just a little bit better in this series. And yeah, I would really appreciate it. So let's just hop right into this. What we're going to be doing here is just gently reviewing the team, talking about what I like, what I don't like, and then actually just playing a few games on the ladder with the team. We're just going to be playing some games and kind of explaining where we are ahead, where we're behind, just to get a general understanding of the actual team that was submitted. Because one thing that I really like to do is get inside the mind and the thought process of the person that submitted the team. Because, like, honestly, I don't think Valk is good here. But I'm going to play some games with it. I'm going to force the Valk and see if I can even find a situation where we could keep the Valk, or we could optimize the Valk, or maybe we can even use a different Pokemon in that same role, because I might not be seeing something that the person who submitted it actually was looking at. So I think we're going to play a few games, see what we like, see what we don't like, make some changes, go in, change a bunch of the Eevee's moves, run some calcs, do all that good stuff. And then we're going to play some games with a fixed version and kind of go over and explain the changes that I made. So hopefully that sounds like a good time. Let's just hop right into this. Start things off with Miraidon. Miraidon is a really good restricted. I think we're actually going to be doing some tier list content on YouTube really soon, but I would put Miraidon in like the A tier, right? There's like your S tier, which is like the Ice Rider, Shadow Rider, a couple other mons as well. Miraidon goes up there. And right under it, I would put like Miraidon with like Terapagos and Kyogre. So it's definitely one of the usable restricteds. I fought, I think, 3 Miraidons at Worlds last year, so it's still a really good mon. It has the right speed tier, 135. The issue with Miraidon, and one thing you really want to watch out for when you're playing these formats, is you never want a situation in which you're speed tying your own mons, because you don't know how to layer up your attacks correctly. And you could say, it's not a speed tie. Floater gets a speed boost from the photosynthesis. But yeah, but if they flip the weather on you, it's a speed tie, right? Or your sun just runs out, it's a speed tie. So you need to be actually like deliberately thinking, do we want to keep this? Do we not want to keep this? How is this going to go down? So that being said, I don't think we're at like a problem going for a 252 here. I also don't really particularly care for the Steel Terra. We're not changing anything yet. We're just going over what I like and don't like. I think that we can optimize this Eevee spread. We can optimize this Terra type, and I don't really think you need Iron Head. If we're thinking, what would you ever even hit with Iron Head? You're probably thinking like, oh, an already terastallized Raging Bolt that goes Fairy Tear. You can hit that. It's like, we could just put like any other move here and just like tap this Bolt with like Collision Course. Like, it's still like a 2-shot. We're fine. Flutter Mane. Specs Flutter Mane probably isn't the right call for this team. I think the Sash is much better off on this thing, but it is a lot of damage. 252 Flutter. This thing will get tapped by like a lot of Sucker Punch users, so we'd be very reliant on these Rage Powders over here, but we'll see how this one works. I don't think that the Flutter needs to be Specs. I think it could be Sash. I think Cloak should probably go here, but this is the great Whimsicott moveset. You're doing things right. I also kind of like the Dark Terra, but Ghost is probably a better Terra if you're going to keep this, just so you can block Fake Out if you have to. This Bolt's good, but the Eevee spread needs work, and Solar Beam, while really cool, think about what you're Solar Beaming. Like, what, a water type? You mean the thing you can hit with your stab? It's probably not optimal to use Solar Beam. This thing is pretty cool. Eevee spread is acceptable, but you're wasting a little bit too much in speed. And Umbreon's really cool. I have a couple really cool takes for Umbreon. You got the moveset low-key right. Terra needs changing, items perfect, and the Eevees need optimizing. So those are my thoughts on the team. And let's just go play some games and see how it works. Here we go. Here we go. Play some games, see how this one works. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm really excited to do a bunch of the team fixings for this season, or for this like month. Normally I try and get to like 30 or 40 of them, but I think I'm going to try and do like all of them this month. I think I'm just going to do 2 or 3 a day, make videos for them, get everything out, and hopefully we can get all the teams done as soon as possible. So going against Miraidon here, we're going to be playing at Close Sheet just for now. I think that there's nothing really wrong with just playing Close Sheet. If you get cheesed, you get cheesed. I know you want to optimize things for OTS, but we're going to talk about that after we do some fixings. It was submitted as a ladder team. We're fixing it as a ladder team. Miraidon's really good. Let's see if we can guess their items. I think it's a really good exercise that you guys can be going with when you want to play these games. I think it's going to be Specs Miraidon. I think it's going to be Citrus, or I don't think it's going to be Goggles and Sin, because you have it on a Miraidon team and there's 2 grass types. So I don't think it's Goggles. I think it's Citrus. I think that's going to be Scarf Urshi Dark. I know it sounds really weird. Sorry, not Scarf, or Sash Urshi Dark. I think it'll be Scarf Urshi Water too. Gotta watch out for that. Obviously, this is its item here. I guess the Scarf's here. So this is big Urshi Dark vibes. And then Whims. Whims is probably Cloaked. So if they're going to go Cloak Whims, let me think. We could probably get away with something like, I don't know if I want to lead Miraidon. I think I want to bring Miraidon in like the mid game. No, actually, I will lead Miraidon Whims, Flutter, and I think Chi-Yu would be so good on this team if we had room for it. I'm going to bring Bolt, even though I don't particularly like Bolt here. Here's your Incin, here's your Miraidon. All right, so we're going to see who's winning the speed tie off the Miraidon. So it looks like I go first. They don't need to be full speed on Miraidons. Miraidons aren't like required to be full speed. And I see an eject Sorry, I thought I saw eject back instead of electric terrain. Okay, so I think we're fine here. You see how I was talking about having like ghost area here, how good that would be? Because like right now they can just dump truck. They can go like fake out, pop, and we're just really sad. We're gonna have to protect here. And I'm trying to think what I want to do here. We don't need to do anything drastic yet. I'm just gonna throw a Moonblast right here. And the reason is we would like to stagger the Tailwind as long as possible. I don't need Tailwind right now, and I'm not under threats from those two Pokemon. So I think we can just sit on this. What are you going to do? Like Flare Blitz, Volt Switch, Fake Out, Volt Switch my Whims? I don't even know if that kills me, but you see if we had access to Ghost Terra, we would be able to be just a little bit more aggressive. So they have 5 seconds left. Survey says, protects, Fake Out. Oh, they respect me. Cool, so we're not going to lose anything this turn. Good stuff. You see that free damage? Nice. They've over-respected our restricted, and now we're able to set that play that we want. They're Draco, so they're most likely choiced here. So we just want to throw a move into this slot that's good into all of their Mons. I think that Collision Course is fine. Yeah, Collision Course is good. I was going to say there might be arguments for going for a Fire Attack here, but I'm just going to throw the Collision Course in there. And I'm going to go for the Tailwind just to make sure that I outspeed their Miraidon, because we don't know what kind of set it is yet. They're probably pivoting, and then they're probably going to, like... You could Flare Blitz here, you can't parting here. I already showed you that I have a Clear Amulet. So, like, when you knock off my Miraidon, I don't really care. Another thing that we could do is Steel Terra our Miraidon, Collision Course the Ensign, and go for the other play. Now, let's see what they're doing here, because I will just Encore that Miraidon. If you don't burn me, you're Encored. But you see how I didn't want to make that read? Like, I didn't want to make it, and now, like, I think I'm super fine. I don't even need to go for the... I think I can probably just get away with, like, a... I'm going to Encore here is safer than Moonblast because I don't want you to Electric Terra and lose your weakness. So I'm going to go Collision Course here, and we're just going to throw the Encore up. You have no things that stop me from using, what is that move? Encore. You don't have like a Paragraph or anything. So we're going to Collision Course the Ensign. You're either losing a piece or Terra here. Like your only way that you get out of this is like pivot out Miraidon for something and then go like Ghost Terra and Sin. This is absolutely fine. You also note that you cannot Encore. So we're actually fine here. We are actually fine. We're probably going to have to Terastallize our Miraidon here. I want to see if it's Urshi or something else that's coming in. It shouldn't be Miraidon. Or sorry, it shouldn't be Miraidon. We still have a Tailwind up. And we're probably going to have to Terra it this turn. But remember, like I said, you can't Terra you can't Encore. So it's not like we really have to worry about that. You might even just double into your Whims, because you're not Specs Miraidon. You're something else. They're big thinking, though. And I will say that, like, Miraidons are restricted. It's not generally in my wheelhouse of things that I like using, but it is still a very good restricted. You would think I would like Miraidon. It's like an aggressive, like, Sun restricted. It's just not my jam. I'm trying to think what they have in the back. We have 2 turns left on Tailwind. I would like to run Whims with Protect here if it was me, but let's see what we can get done here. We can pivot out into Flutter Mane 2 if we want to be able to block, like, a Draco. Let's see. I think there's nothing wrong with, like I said, Steel Terra, Collision Course there. And, like, what? I think you can just go for, like, a Moonblast into their Whims. And I understand why you have that Dark Terra now. I kind of like that Dark Terra, because then you can block their Prankster moves back at you, but you can't Encore, like I said, so we're fine. And then they're going to, like, stagger the Tailwind and then, like, what, try and Encore me to Moonblast, but then we could, you know, do whatever we want. Electric type. Tailwind trades. Survey says we do go first. Remember, we went first off the start of the game as well. So Miraidon does go down. Tailwind is successfully staggered, but like Rock Pond doesn't do anything here at all. So I think what we're going to do is just Collision Course. You target the Whims. And I'm trying to think what I actually want to get done here. I don't think there's an issue with doubling Whims. I don't think that Whims is going to have Protect. If it does have Protect, what are they doing? Hitting here? They're getting 1 Mon off the board? Yeah, Spiky Shield. You just always ignore that. There's zero reason to like throw the damage into that thing. And now we can just Encore that thing and win the game, right? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Pretty good stuff. I think they just scoop it up right here. Awesome. So pretty good first game. I think it kind of shows how to play the team correctly. But you see the slight changes I was going to say. Like, we don't need that Iron Head. It's not giving us anything. We don't really need Sash. I think Cloak would have been easier with like having Protect as an option. Encore was cool, but it wasn't like required. And so you see how just having the base Mons themselves built with standard sets is usually enough to just get some leverage. This is a great looking team. You're starting to see a lot of this on the ladder right now. So this guy has like the Farigiraf. You have options for the Trick Room. We don't have the best TR matchup. I don't really think we have a TR matchup, if I'm being completely honest. So this is where we have to like blow them up to even like try and play against TR. So I'm trying to think, what are they going to weed? Like, probably Miraidon. I don't think there's a problem with Miraidon Flutter here. That's what I would try and do. And just blow up the Farigiraf. But if they want to go Redirection, that's bad. If they want to go Fake Out with that, that's bad. I can't do anything about that. Valk is a good mon to block hands from sweeping us, I guess. I'm going to still bring my Whims, and I'm still going to bring Bolt. I'm going to bring the same mons. I understand that we have Umbreon, right? But Umbreon doesn't work against that specifically. You see how like they just lead with too much damage and Umbreon just can't really hold its own? The best play that I have here is probably something like just raw protecting and like what are you going to pivot to that wants to eat? Like I feel if I just go for like a Moonblast here, you could go Electric Terror and like pop off, but then I just bring out like Whims, Encore there, pin. Like I'm feeling that. I guess I could just go Dazzle and like lose this mon and put both their mons within range of other stuff. We don't need to Terra here. Moonblast doesn't even KO Miraidon. That's the thing that I don't like about it. So yeah, we're just going to go with the Dazzle. Awesome. Ogre Pump Fire. I did not need to overcommit. I really, really like this play for me. It's so smart. Fake Out blocked. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And we get to keep the Flutter. We get to double tap this Iron Hands. Pin the Ogre Pawn hard. This is where I would be cutting this move for Flame Charge. Do you see how that would just like automatically win the game if you had Flame Charge right there? Pretty cool. You target down the hands so you don't have to like... Like, let's say they Terra, that's why you target it down. Oh, it's almost like I play the game, boys. Oh, it's almost like I play the game, boys. This should still KO. I think. Flame Charge would have been better, though. But you see, you force the follow me, and even if they had it, like, you're still fine. So, like, what are you going to do here? Tailwind bonk? Like, that's okay. Yep. I'm okay with that. So, bonk here. Yep, just let it happen. This is where Sash would have been sick. Big damage. Ooh, got a crit. You know we didn't need it, though. All right, so we can come in with our Whims, and we can trade Tailwinds. We have Bolt in the back. You see how Solar Beam's not really doing us any favors, right? This is fine. Flame Charge would have won us the game so long ago, right? I think we're fine to just go Steel Terra and just try and, like, Collision Course out. I'm going to trade the Tailwinds. Yeah. Encore. Cool. Works for me. That's the move I was using, so it's okay. Yep. Big damage. Electro Drift. Oh, they read our Terra. Wow, what a gamer. What a gamer. That's unfortunate. But I think that they're choiced, so I still think we win. Sucks that we have that. Like, you see how this doesn't help, right? This, I'm not vibing with that. So you're going to be able to Encore me here. If you win the speed tie, which means we could, I mean, the right play is honestly like that. And like what? You can't Encore. I mean, the right play is just that. I mean, it's fine. You can Encore. Yep, I can't stop it. You just let the Encore happen. Yep, Electro Drift, Clock Sash. Have to kill this thing. Yep. Maybe I should have went like Encore. And you can't Encore, and I could have outplayed that. That's definitely like something that could have happened. I could have also put Sunny Day there. It's better than Tailwind, right? It doesn't really matter. I still think they might get us. We'll see what happens. That was a really good play of them Electro Drifting our Miraidon. That was sick. I like that. They're gonna kill me here. Oh, Encore. That's fine. You actually like will lose, I think. But we'll see. Actually, I think they got it. They're gonna kill here, right? And then they pin me off this. But we'll see if they can pin me. Yeah, they got it. I think they got it. Ooh, they went for an attack there. Crazy, bro. Never lucky. That's probably my misplay. But they made some sick plays. Like, the Electro Drift into the Miraidon was, like, super nutty. And I think I could have won if I did do that Encore play, where I just clicked Encore. I would have had to win a speed tie. But again, like I said, you can't Encore the Encore, so it is what it is. Nothing to really do here. GG's. That was a good game. That was a good game. It was a hard matchup. I think they brought some good mons there. Let's go into one more. You can see, though, that like the Whims and the Bolt and the Miraidon all had moves that just didn't help in a wide variety of those matchups. So it's like, we need to make some changes. This, if we had Flame Charge, we never even had to set Tailwind to do anything like that. If the Bolt had a different move than Solar Beam, like Dragon Pulse, we would have been at -2. Like, there's a lot of situations where we still could have won that Carbink's weird. I'm going to bring Umbreon here. I think this is definitely like Umbreon, yeah, Koraidon territory. Those are good here. I also think you kind of have to go like Fire Terra Koraidon for like against Wisps. Wisps are very problematic. I don't particularly like those. Volk is usable here. Kind of. I think Flutter's coming. These mons are all kind of just weird. Thinking. Okay, I like this. I also think U-turn is an option on Koraidon. So Dusknoir. So like I can only Trick Room one. Sorry, I can only taunt one, and then like I can pivot in an Encore. But like, who's using Trick Room? This is gonna Wisp, and that's gonna Trick Room. You got Mental Orb. Mental Orb's so good on that thing, by the way. Cannot Iron Defense. There's the Trick Room. Okay, we are actually still fine. What is your play here? Cool. So you Trick Room the Trick Room. And he's Mental Orbed, but it's okay. He's Mental Orbed too. Wow, what a gamer. Say, hey, what are we going to do? We just lost a 50-50 of that. I don't know if we lose, though, because like this board is like really weak. Break Sash here. I think we're actually, yeah, we're still going to be fine, I think. Breaks my Sash. Dude, we're actually getting cooked. We're actually just getting cooked here. You do this just because, like, you don't want them, like, being able to Trick Room or do anything weird. +1 attack. Doesn't get the kill. Almost gets the kill. Ooh, that's still so much damage, bro. That's still nutty. Alright, so Umbreon's gonna die. There's nothing we can really do to not die. I guess you just Moonlight, but let's see what happens here. And then you're gonna let my Flutter come in. Oh, okay. You're gonna Dazzle, right? You're stuck dazzling? Okay. Mental Herb Dusknoir, dude. What a cooker. Okay, so I think like this breaks the Cali, and then this is Rock Fairy. I mean, technically, yeah, we just break it like that, right? You can protect, that's fine. You just lose your Carbink this turn. Rock Fairy does not like Iron Head. I think Collision Course would have still took it, though. All right, so what's coming in here? I think we pin the Cali with the Dazzling Gleam. I do think that. Here's the Dusknoir. They see our specs. I think the right play is honestly like Iron Head here. I do double protect TR. I think that's like your actual out. Nice, Calyrex still goes down. We're hoping for a flinch here, but yeah, Trick Room's fine. I'm trying to think what you could even have here that does beat this. Brute Bonnet. Not a bad mon by any means. It's fine. I'm okay with this. You want to put me to sleep? Like, you can burn me if you want. Yeah, this is where I would have actually kept this thing as Fire Terra, but like, I think this is fine. This is still really good damage into this thing. Yep, great damage. All right. Because Flutter can wake up at any time. You have to break this thing somehow. Like, Phantom Force. That's gonna. I'm not dead. I'm not dead to Phantom Force. I'm a Fairy type right now. Cool. Flutter is gonna wake up right here. You're probably gonna double tap me right there, though, right? Fine. Yeah, I think we're still fine. This person has pretty decent rating. Oh, they Phantom Force that guy. Oh, I don't care about that. Bullet Seed. Okay, Flutter's dead then. Bullet Seed's kind of sick there. I mean, we got a couple unlucky little turns there, but I think we're like still last turn Trick Room. I mean, you're gonna charge up a Phantom Force. I think you actually get this. There's a Phantom Force charge. There's nothing else that we could be doing there. And then you actually get like 2 turns of this. So I think you actually get it. Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating. Yep. And we got it. We're gonna live. Here we go. Please go away. You got Protect? Does this thing have Protect? Does it show Protect yet? Nope. Oh, man, what a gamer. Never lucky, bro. Phantom Force I take out. Big sad. I'm going to play one more, but you're starting to see, right? You are starting to see that there's so many holes on this team. Like, every single one of these Mons has slightly suboptimal sets and things wrong with it. This is the team I think that, like, is this the second place Worlds team? It's very similar, right? Let me think about what I want to do here. Valiant's problematic. I think Umbreon is very good into this core. Yeah, even like you kind of need Fire Terra on your Miraidon to fight a lot of these things. You can lead with this. It's not like it's bad. That's the thing, is it's not bad. I think I'm gonna lead with both those, and then I'm gonna bring the Flutter, and I'm like low key looking at Bolt. Ugh, but I hate it. Don't like Bolt here very much. I think you have to go Valk here, which is very weird looking. Okay, so they can go coaching. They can do a lot of different stuff here. Very fighting. Yes, we're gonna try that. I'm pretty sure you're sashed, but like, I just want my taunt. Ooh, okay. You can click Glacial Lance, bro, but you can't Trick Room. Not letting that one happen. Nope, Umbreon kind of cooking right here. Here's this guy. Trying to think of what is actually better here. Yeah, you forced to follow me. Just get this guy off the board. Ugh, never lucky. I wish I got that KO, bro. And they're going to high horsepower here. And I don't die. We would be even better at not dying once we optimize our EVs. So here's the Bolt. I'm trying to think of how we actually break that thing. Valk doesn't really do it. You're going to Glacial here. And I don't mind giving them a KO. Just chill for a sec. Yep. Good damage. Okay. Okay. There's zero reason to, like, just give them the Miraidon. Good play. Yep. Vibe with that. So lower that special attack just a bit. They're not thunderclapping anymore. Dragon Pulse does not get the KO. We do outspeed with that big heal. 70. Oh my gosh, so much health value. So much health value. Take that Rocky Helmet. We're cooking. So we're making the Valk work here. Photosynthesis activates. We see their items a little bit more. Thinking. Don't need to Moonlight here. I think I will Moonlight here, though. And I think I'm just going to Struggle Bug again. Yep. Just get some good damage on those guys. Keep the taunt on here. Calm Mind's fine. We have Miraidon eventually able to come in and play 50-50 games. Yeah, that doesn't KO. Perfect. So just throw a retaunt up on there. I'm trying to think what we were going to start doing. I'm fine Struggle Bugging. It's good damage against both. Yep, it's absolutely acceptable. Taunt, what are you going to do? Lance? You're running out of those. Cool, so you only have 4 of those left. And I think I can, like, low-key just come in with Flutter here and go, like, big... I think, like, this plus this gets the KO on the Ice Rider. But I really want to use Moonblast. I'm going to try it. Yep. I'm okay with that. Ooh, nice Protect. Double. Ooh, that's so good. So good. Yep. Perfect, and we're going to be able to take this one. That's fine. You're at like -2. I don't need to even do the damage. See, the Umbreon was really good here, but it could even still be optimized. And you see how like we lost a game versus Ice Rider, but we made some, you know, changes in our play, and we're able to get the win. So I think this is where we're probably going to start trying to fix the team. And yeah, let's start taking a look at it. I think this Umbreon, I actually have an Umbreon set of my own that I'm going to recommend. It's the same Umbreon set that I used at Worlds. And this Umbreon set here, I think Water Terra is a better Terra for Umbreon because it helps you against that Kali Ice matchup, which is what this mon is for. It's to fight Kali Ice. You're probably thinking you needed Poison Terra to stop Urshifu, but in reality, like most Urshifus, especially when they see your OTS and they're just going to close combat like anyways, or they were just Surging Strikes, it doesn't really matter. Water helps you against Kyogre. Water helps you against like all the mons you really need to be mitigating damage from. And we have that big fat HP defense investment with just enough speed to be able to still function inside of a Tailwind. So this is a pretty cool set. I like this one a lot. I'm going to highly recommend it. And I put in a ton of hours coming up with it. If we take a look at the differences between your set and my set, you're wasting too many points on speed here. You have a little bit too much defense, and you can kind of spread things around a little bit better. Move some of these, couple of these defense points into Spadef, move some of these speed points into Spadef, and change your Terra. I think changing your Terra is going to give you a much better match against that Kali Ice. So very, very cool stuff. I like this one a lot. As for the Valk, I think you can see what the Valk's trying to do. It's an AoE mon with fire typing that functions as like a support mon to the Miraidon. I think you'd be much better off though. Instead of trying to mitigate the damage, you need a mon that is not a restricted that can put pressure on other restricteds. And this is where I'm going to recommend Chi-Yu, because now you have a board state where they have to start respecting Whimsicott, Flutter, you know, Whimsicott, Chi-Yu, Flutter, Chi-Yu, while still also dealing with the Miraidon coming in as a closer in the back. So I would highly recommend Chi-Yu here with potentially holding like a Choice Scarf. I think that like Choice Scarf Chi-Yu here with like Ghost Terra, it's just such a menace next to Flutter. And there's going to be good matchups, there's going to be bad matchups, but I think like for the most part, being able to go like Heat Wave, being able to have like that big overheat to just one-shot Kali Eyes and things like that, and then having things like, you know, Dark Pulse. You can put Snarl on there if you want. Most people would probably go like these three, and then like your last move can be like a filler or something. I like to use, when I play this, Ruination sometimes. But there's nothing really even wrong with putting like Snarl right here. Still a very, very solid option. You can even put like a different fire attack there if you wanted to, or like a weird Terra thing. But that's solid. And then as for the Chi-Yu, there's nothing really wrong with going like a full speed Chi-Yu, I would think, just to be able to outspeed the things you want to outspeed. This guy goes very, very well when paired with a lot of the mons in your team, and it's going to let you have like a different fire mode outside of your Miraidon. So it still lets you hit all the things that Miraidon doesn't really want to deal with. So here we go, we got Bolt here. I think we're also going to take a look at a different Bolt set that I had. You had full HP investment on Bolt, which I think is wasting a little bit of its points because it has such a bloated HP stat. And you have good at defense investment, but you don't need that much special attack. And you need to have some in like speed and other things like that. We're going to take a look at this Bolt set that I have right here. You need a little bit of speed to differentiate yourself from other Bolts, because when you have no speed, you don't really know if you're speed tying them or not, and it's like the whole Bolt mirror game just goes out of whack. We also aren't going to be using that Solar Beam. You don't. This is a good HP number. Great defense investment. This is what you need to get the most amount of your damage rolls against like things like Zenta and stuff like that right here. And then the rest just goes in Spadef. So it's a very, very good set. I would highly recommend it. And let's go take a look at that right here. And again, this is a reminder to let me know in the comments, what is one thing we could be doing better? Now you've been watching this video for over 30 minutes. What's something we could be doing better in this series? If you guys need me to show a lot more of the calcs for these sort of things, I can. But like honestly, this set just has really good coverage. It has Fairy Terra to flip against our weaknesses. It two-shots most common Zenta sets with a Thunderbolt boosted by the Photosynthesis. Like it's still Oko's Urshi Water with the Photosynthesis boost. Like it does all you really need while having most of your points in bulk. As for this Whimsicott, you were right in making this thing Cloak. I think Cloak is a better set. That way you can just kind of lead with it and not have to really be afraid of Fake Out or anything like that. And I still think that this one you could use that Dark Terra too if you wanted to. It's a good moveset. I would probably cut one of these things. I would probably cut the Encore for Protect. I don't think there are like any like good regional level players, especially an open team sheet, that are dropping games to Encore anymore. I just don't. I think Protect is very valuable. And I think if you're going to run a Whim set, you could run some bulk if you want, but just cutting this up into 244, 244 here. All right, so 244, 4 here, just being a little bit more optimal. There's nothing really wrong with that. As for this Flutter Mane, this is where I'd put my Sash. I think this is where I'd put my Sash. Moonblast is good. Shadow Ball is good. I would cut this for Protect. This is how I would play this Flutter. I like the AoE potential of being able to go like Dazzling Gleam and stuff like that. I also think you could think about putting Taunt on this Flutter to help in the TR matchup if you didn't have it on Umbreon, which you already do. So I would say try this, because this still lets you check Shadow Riders, and this lets you check like other Miraidons or things like that, and this is what you use to enable like your Chi-Yu to still function correctly. Last thing here, I would make this into normal Terra to actually help us 1v1 Shadow Riders. So it's going to increase our Shadow Rider matchup just a little bit. And the Miraidon here. It's unfortunate that they are speed tying, but I do think that you kind of still need them to be both full speed to work correctly, but this should be Flame Charge, I think. This is like a really, really solid move. I would also make this Fire. You saw in one of the games we played, we got burned, and we don't like being burned on Miraidon, so I would definitely make that into Flame Charge here. And then thinking about what the rest of our EVs are, I don't think there's a problem with making our Miraidon like this. If we had to run more bulk, we could, but I want to hit hard, I want to hit fast. This is what Miraidon needs to do. So it's not that many changes, but I think they will actually have a drastic impact on how this team plays. Being able to weave in the Protects here is going to be very important for outplaying people when you're pinned, which is going to be a lot of our games. So let's go play a few games and see how the changes work. Here we go. All right, Terapagos. Not the biggest fan of fighting Terapagos, but we do have a lot of solid options here. Terapagos with like Fire Pond is going to be problematic. I bet this is Water Ursh. So like, I think I'm going to go Miraidon Flutter. I think I'm going to try and catch them with those. I think Chi is really good here. I don't think we need Umbreon in this matchup. And I guess we go Bolt, but like I really don't think Bolt is giving me a lot of value. We can pin an Ursh with a Thunderclap if we have Weather up, but that's going to be hard to do against Terapagos. Let's see what they got here. I think we have options. And if they want to Weed and Sin, I don't think there's a problem like in a lot of these situations with clicking like double protect to like scout. Because like I also don't want to get like Meteor Beamed from a Terapagos into our Flutter. I think that's definitely a possibility here. They could also be like Specs Terapagos. That looks like it really could be Specs Terapagos with like a booster Flutter. How afraid am I of booster Flutter? I don't think I am afraid of booster Flutter if I'm being quite honest. I think we're actually really fine into it. Maybe we have a much better matchup into this than I really think on paper. Because they don't have like any speed control. They could have like Booster Flutter with Icy Wind, Scarf Urshi. What is that? What's the move that Terapagos uses? Rock Polish? I don't even, it's not agility. It's one of those things, you know? Terapagos first slot versus Insyn. I think you just eat the, you just eat this. I think I might even just hard pivot. Like, what are you going to do? Yeah, that's fine. This is fine too. Break the Terapagos Terra Shell if you want to close. If you want to, let's see what you're gonna do here. Protect's absolutely fine. What are you doing? Like Flurry Blitzing here? I think that's totally. Look at that damage. The Chi-Yu damage shred's ridiculous. Wisp, no, stop it. Get some help, bro. Bro, go get some help. You need some help? How much help do you need? And we're cooking now. Yeah. Oh yeah. Terra Shell's gonna get broken. This Chi-Yu's gonna cook here. We just missed a Heat Wave, yo. How I have missed this Heat Wave. I missed missing Heat Wave. It was my favorite part of the game. That is so bad. He was dead. He was just dead. It was just a fat Heat Wave, bro. You just missed it. I forgot about that. That's obnoxious. All right, so we can go Icy Wind here and Heat Wave again. Just let me hit this move. How about I hit this one? Can I hit Heat Wave? Can I hit Icy Wind too? There we go. Icy Wind hits. Yo, crit, go right through that speed. That speed F boost. We take those. Heat Wave double hit. That's what I'm talking about. This Flutter is thick AF. This Flutter is thick. Oh, we're fine though. Just gotta hit a Heat Wave. Stellar. Oh, he cooking right here. He cooking. No more boosts, but he gets a speed boost booster. Oh, but he protects. Oh man, that's actually really cool. He could have actually Icy Winded us there and folded us over. He might still live. Yeah, he lives that. That's really cool. You don't see that as often as you might think. Speaking about what we might think, how much damage did you do? We did 17? All right, so the right play here is Bolt, whether we like it or not. And you are going to, okay, they just scooped. Cool. I was going to say, like, we just have the Thunderclap pin with the Heat Wave, but cool stuff. We take those. Terrapagos is a rough matchup. Suicune, not Sweet, yeah, it is Suicune. Suicune, Zacian, Shenpao. Alright, so this is going to be very, very aggressive. There's not really any Trick Room options. I don't think the Wims is going to be Trick Rooming here. So I think I don't mind Miraidon off the rip here because I'm not really that afraid. They don't even have an Ursh. I think if they had an Ursh, we'd be a little bit more afraid, but there's nothing really wrong with like Miraidon Bolt here. I know that looks really weird, but Miraidon Bolt, Wims, and Flutter is really good. We also get away with like Chiyu here. No, I like Miraidon Bolt. I think it's a really good looking board. Wims, and I do think you got to go Flutter here over the Chiyu. It's one of them. Here we go. It's hard to see Bolt as the right play here, but the reason why Bolt's good is it lets us leverage advantage versus like the Suicune. It's one of the mons we actually have that can close that thing out. It also like low-key threatens the Shenpao. It forces the Zacian to target that slot. And then we can go for a slow Volt Switch to like break sashes, soak damage, and then come in with our Whimsicott and stagger that Tailwind. So if you lead like Zacian Wims, and I just go like Protect Volt Switch, break your sash, like it's so good. It's a good looking board state, but you see how like right off the rip they're like, oh no, they led Bolt, and I'm like, I know, right? I'm so good. So we just pin here, like you're gonna have to blow a Terra or fake out the right targets, and what, you get up a Tailwind for it? I can just stagger it with a Wims, right? I think I'm in a really good spot here. I wonder if it's gonna be missed Suicune as well. But I don't think they ever really expect you to lead the Bolt, because they're like, I have Zacian and Pao, you shouldn't do that. And it's like, bro, you better be targeting correctly. You're not targeting correctly. This is a Raging Bolt with the boosts, boys. Like, that's a lot. I bet you that's a low roll too. I bet you I just get the KO with Thunderclap. Puts it within range for D-Gleam. I don't need to show Terra here either. I can actually just like chill. We can do like hard switch that out for Lando or Wims. It's absolutely fine. They're gonna be able to Encore Lock us here. And I think I'm good. I think I'm going to pivot out. I'm okay with that. I wanted to say I want to go Thunderbolt, because if you Encore me, it wouldn't work like that, but yeah, I'll just Thunderclap. So pivot and Wims. I have the Thunderclap. You have to Terra here, and like I have the pin with Flutter. If you go like Grass Terror or something, like Flutter comes in and just gets the pin. The biggest change about this team from how you had it before, you used to use Flutter as like a closer. And now Flutter is like your mid-game Swiss Army knife. You can come in and like finish stuff off, kind of. You can do a bunch of different other weird stuff. You can start a Tailwind up here, but I think you're Encoring. Oh, Thunderclap's going to fail. Moonblast into this slot. I think we're fine. Just get up our Tailwind. So we Tailwind here. I think we Volt Switch your Wims. I don't care who you hit. You might go fake out Moonblast my Wims, but you'd have to win a speed tie. Fake out the Bolt. Cool. Tailwind just went up. Easy peasy. Ooh, I get a free switch. We do be getting free switches out here. Awesome. Just go into the Wims. And they have a lot of good mons left. I think if they had Lando, they would have pivoted out Zacian for Lando there. They have Suicune, sorry. Yeah, so we're just going to keep this Raging Bolt alive in this game. Yep. Bolt just gets the win here, I think. They're going to stagger the Tailwind, lose the Wims. We might even get the Terra out of the Incin this turn. I think there's definitely a world where we get the Terra out of the Incin. But if we stick this one Flame Charge, we don't have to worry about Tailwind for the rest of the game. Because we'll always be able to like protect the last turn of their Tailwind. So they're in a really weird spot right now. Yep, Grass Terra, cool. So we got their Terra out of the Incin. Oof! We didn't even... Oh, dude, we didn't even... Wasn't sashed. We doubled into the Wims. Cool. So just a free swap into our Flutter. Again, the win mon here is Bolt. So I don't care what they do here. Bolt just wins. What do you do? Come in with Zacian? Like, get another fake out pin? Like, that's fine. Protect. I don't think there's a problem with double protect here. What do you guys think? I think it's fine. I think double protect into like Flare Blitz Zacian pin. Like, what do? You have Wisp and Sin? Fake out Flutter. Dude, what are you doing? He's going deep. trying to think of what I don't like about this. You're going to go Behemoth Blade at the worst case scenario for me. So I actually think I can get away with like, I think I can get away with Flame Charge and a D-Gleam. No, I'm okay with Flare Blitz. I want to be able to, if you pivot out for the Suicune, I want to be able to do more damage to it. That's what I want. Nice. Good stuff. Single target D-Gleam into the Incin. Not bad. We can do like knockoff. It's fine. And it's AV and Sim because it showed U-turn. Last move is probably Flare Blitz. So we can probably just get the KO with like Flame Charge Dazzle. And then we just close Bolt versus Suicune. Like I said, the key to the matchup was... It's probably actually... Hold on. It's still a better idea to blitz it here. It is. Just because like I'm assuming that they're vested, but they could still be citrus, and I don't want to deal with that. But that should be it for this one. We have the Bolt. Bolt just closes the Suicune really well. Even if they have some sort of weird Calm Mind set, like, we should be able to close it. I'm surprised they didn't bring Shem Powder this one. Yep. Scald's good. Can get a burn. Yep, there's the burn. Hey, great burn for you. Good stuff. I still think I do too much damage. Like, the Bolt do be having things. I think you just pivot out here for that, and, yeah, just throw another... I mean, you might as well just go for a Shadow Ball at this point, because it has a % chance of drop speed death. And then you just pivot out the Flutter, or Flutter's going to go down, and then Miraidon comes in, set the Sun, you just Thunderbolt out the Suicune in one hit. There shouldn't be... The only way I think we lose is if they sheer cold our Miraidon slot, and they catch the freaking Bolt on the pivot, bro. You can have it. Bro, if that's your prerogative, they'd be able to do that to Bolt anytime Bolt hits the board anyway. So I like this play, because it forces them to have to do that right here. Show me that sheer cold. Dude, I wouldn't even have been mad. I wouldn't even have been mad. Yep, there's a game. So pretty good stuff. Perfect. And we're still going. Yeah, I think the changes are really good. I want to use the Chi-Yu a little bit. I want to try the Chi-Yu here. Definitely looks like a game I could use Chi-Yu into. They don't have a ton of speed control. They have Bundle, right? And they have... Bundle is either going to be sashed, or they could have, like... Let me think about that. Like, Porygon... I'm not going to get Trick Room, so I don't really care. You can definitely lead Miraidon here. I don't think there's a problem with it. Miraidon Whims? No. Miraidon Bolt. Love that. It's so strong against Zacian. Like, they just never really see it coming. We don't even need to bring our Whims. Miraidon, Bolt, Chi-Yu, Flutter. Like that. Yep. With the Chi-Yu, we can't take the Heat Wave bait as long as the Scarlet exists. But the Scarlet is already on the board, so like I can overheat stuff all day. Look at this board. Like, what are you going to do? I'm, like, actually asking you, what do you do? I can't hit that with Miraidon, but, like, when you go Ghost there? This is fine. If you want to go Ghost P2, I'm good. You have to. Grass, okay. Pop it, bro. Like it's hot. That's fine. Yeah, dude, you're weak. What'd you think I was gonna do? Steel Terra? No, we have the right Terra here, and now I can hit it. He lost his Ghost typing, bro. That works for me. Defense boost, really. Wow, weird stuff coming out from this one. That's really good damage. Into Scarlet. Yep, we can just sit here. Like we don't need Bolt for like anything else in this matchup. Even if you like fake out the Bolt and double it, like with like Poltergeist, like I don't really care. We don't need to we don't need to lose our Miraidon here. Yep, Grassy Glide that guy, weird. DP with that big damage. We do outspeed that. That's crazy. All right, so the right play here is something like Flare Blitz the Rilla just to get it off the board, and Dragon Pulse in that same slot in case they're like dummy thick, because they already blew their Terra. They don't have anything else that stop. Like Zacian's their last mon, right? So if you just get the Rilla off the board, they have to bring in the Zacian. I could have even probably flame charged it. Wow, I'm surprised they live, but we get the burn. Value burn. Double into it doesn't even matter. Yo, we are fast enough. And there's a CC. So the last mon's going to be Zacian here. I'm trying to think of how exactly I want to handle this. I have Chi-Yu, right? So like we can... Oh, it's not Zacian. Huh. Weird. Very weird. We're not thunderclapping. Yeah, I don't think thunderclap is required. There's sash. Wow. This guy's all the tech. This is better. You can Bitter Blade. Yep, good play. That's why we got sashes. You can Shadow Sneak here, but like I still think I'm fine. We just go for a Flame Charge right there. Stick a D-Gleam on top of that. And then we just get to close it with Chi-Yu. Dark Pulse into that thing's probably pretty good. It's a good play. Shadow Sneak, wrong target though. I'm trying to think of what they get to do here. This is getting a little dicey. Shadow Sneak will always get you the win there. Unless it doesn't get you the win there. Game. Oh, Chad. Let's go. Yep. Oh, yeah, let's go. That was sick. That was, like, pretty sick, by the way. Oh, yeah, Ghost Terra kind of... Or, sorry, Normal Terra kind of nice. Kind of nice. Coast to coast. That's the most. And that's game. Cool. Awesome. So they go for Shadow Sneak over here. We are going to take this one. Pretty cool team. I think the changes that we made definitely did help. I'm going to play one more. Play one more. We've got a lot of the same mons. Lunala is a good last mon to test against. Weird Kabalion. There's probably beat up strats over there. Weird. We don't have wide guards. So we actually need to go with a board that punishes whims. So that means something like that. This can go Heat Wave into the whims and Thunderclap the whims before it can do that. This is also just a good board into like a lot of what they're using. So we still need to bring our Miraidon. And then because they can stagger Tailwinds, I'm going to bring my whims. Cool. That's a good looking board. I think the Clefairy might be a little bit problematic. I don't particularly like fighting against Lunala with Miraidon. That's probably a good matchup for Lunala. Let's see if they want to handle this. I'm very over respectful of beat up strats because that's probably my favorite mechanic in VGC, especially right now. And yeah, let's see it. Whimsicott, Rillaboom. So you can fake out, but your board's weak. I think we actually still do exactly like what I said. I think you actually Thunderclap here and just click the Heat Wave. And we're gonna go Ghost. No, we don't need to, because if you're not pivoting out Miraidon, I don't care what you're doing. You can fake out here. It's absolutely fine. I think you're actually hard pivoting in Miraidon. Actually, let me think about that. Are you? That's such a bad play because I could just Heat Wave. Which means I'm just gonna Terra. Which means I Volt Switch here and go Terra Heat Wave, and that's the play. And there's like, that's it. Cool. We just missed our whims. We missed Heat Wave. We're gaming. Absolutely gaming. Big gaming. I'm still alive. I'm still gaming here. That sucks so much. It's okay. Yeah, I'm just doing what I can. If I would have hit that Heat Wave, that would have been really nice. Outspeed you though. And now outspeed everything. Alright. So we just gotta keep that Chi-Yu tapped off. Won't be in a good spot. This is obnoxious as all hell. If we get this guy off the board, we can get stuff done. But I don't think we actually can. Doesn't KO. And Moonblast doesn't KO there either, so it's not like... We just want to break that. Oof, big sad. Yep. And then, like, what? We have Bolt. Grassy Glide did how much? To 30% of whims. Holy shit, dude. I mean, that's a lot. Yeah, that would KO. So Tailwind, let's my Thunderclap go first. Yeah, let's go. Meteor Beam, that's fine. Like, we're cooking. I'm still cooking out here. Now, the Rilla's gone, which means Chi-Yu actually has chances to cook. We knew that guy was there somewhere. Okay, all right. We do be having shots. They already teared, so, like, low-key, if I break this thing's sash, like, if that's not... I wonder if you're scarfed there. break that, Chi-Yu pins it. That's just how it goes. As long as I don't lose both my mons this turn, I think I'm fine. Oh, yeah, I'm fine, dude. Oh, no, special attack drop. No, 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 no. All right. We're still faster, but we don't kill the Miraidon to -1. Must be your beam. Do you have Trick Room to protect? Does that set even run protect? It has Moongeist Beam. And Calm Mind. Doesn't have protect. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, it has Calm Mind. It doesn't have protect. Oh, we did it. All right, so the problem with this is we're giving him a Justified proc in just a sec. But I think we're going to get it. Because we still have speed. Yep. Oh, there's the Justified proc. Bolt swings in. Whew, that was so dicey, bro. That was so dicey. All right, we got the Chi-Yu value, right? That's what I was talking about. The changes that we made definitely did help. I think you got to have that Fire Terror to not get burned on Miraidon, because like Wisp and Sim with Ghost Terror is so common right now. A lot of those Trick Room teams have a Wisp setter as well. Sash Flutter is not used as the same sweeper as you had before. If you still want like a sweeper, that's like now this guy's job. This guy right here, the Chi-Yu, is fulfilling the same role that you had before. You don't have the redirection, but I think you just have the right amount of bulk and protects to be able to pivot correctly. So hopefully you like these changes. If there is a team that you guys want help with, you guys want a second set of eyes, and you want me to make a full like hour-long video going over what I like, what I don't like, and what I think you should use in the Regulation G format, think about checking out the Patreon. Even the lowest tier, the $2 tier, gets access to this full post, all the rentals I post, all the tournaments we host, a bunch of really cool stuff happening on Patreon this month. There's a link to it in the description. And right before we get out of here, I'm going to say there's also a link to my singles channel. We've been doing a lot of singles content recently. We've been working really, really hard. We got this far in the video, and you guys want to do me an extra special favor. Think about checking out the singles channel, drop a sub on there, throw some of these videos up. We've been making a bunch of really cool singles content, and I might even open up team fixing for singles if that's what you guys want to see. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this first episode of Regulation G team fixing, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. I'll see you guys next time.